Hey there, Annie from Interact. Hope you're all doing well today. Just like every other day, I am in our product and checking out all of the amazing things that our customers do. So, I am here today to share with you this awesome quiz and website. It's called The Perfectionist's Guide to Losing Control. Catherine Morgan Schlafer is the author of this book, and there was a quiz created for her to sort of truncate the content of the book and use it as a teaser. Now, quizzes are a really great application for this because you get to do a couple of things. The first thing that you can do is you can take the content of the book, of a 300-page book, take probably, several nights at bedtime to read or whatever, right? And you can sort of very quickly extract value out of the book and the book's information, and give the reader or the person, the quiz taker, something quick, a little gift right now. Now, that little gift is intended to do a couple things. It's intended to provide the quiz taker with some information on what the book's about. It's also intended to give the quiz taker an insight about them, something maybe that they hadn't known before. And the third very important thing is it's intended to entice the quiz taker into saying, that's really interesting. And then click on that buy now button, that big red buy now button, and purchase the book. And so it's a personality quiz that leverages book content and adds a CTA to it, a call to action that goes to an e-commerce site. So to buy a product, a thing. So let's go ahead and take the quiz. Well, actually, before we do that, let's take a quick look at Catherine's website. So she does two things, two best practices, and applies them well to her website. I don't see this often, but she has right across the top sort of this take the quiz scrolling bar. And what's great about this is that it's simple. I like that the background is transparent, so it matches the full frame background. So it really doesn't stand out too much, because what you want from a brand design perspective is you really want the primary call to action to be the buy now. And so take the quiz is there. It really stands out, but in a different way. And then the second best practice that is employed on this website is that the quiz is a standing link in the primary nav bar. So I'm gonna play Frogger and try and get one of these take the quiz buttons. Did I get it? I got it. All right. So let's take this quiz together. I like that the background of this quiz, the quiz itself is embedded as an iframe into the website, but the background is also matching the same hex code as the background on the website itself. So it looks fully embedded. You can't really tell it's an iframe. All right. Another best practice that's employed is you've got the progress bar across the top. It's very subtle, but it is in that primary call to action color on the brand design, same color as the buy now button. And what we're going to see is a series of questions, I think, that help us understand which perfectionist type we are. So, have you ever displayed an angry outburst at work, such as shouting, banging your desk, or slamming doors? Ooh, this is interesting because this is kind of a potentially like very self-reflective and hard question to answer. And what I like that the quiz maker has done here is that there is a full acknowledgement. There's the yeah, I've done that, definitely, right? But then there's the never. There's sort of the binary yes or no. And then there's the acknowledgement that there's a lot in the middle. There's no, I feel it's important that people feel that I'm easy to connect with, so I try my best to avoid these sort of off-putting behaviors. That's like one end of the spectrum. There's the middle of the spectrum, right, which is I want to express a lot, but I'm waiting for the right time and place. And then no, I don't struggle with managing anger, but I struggle with impulse control, which is a different type of sort of control. I'm gonna pick this one, which is like the best time and place one for me. Pick the progress bar moves a little bit. We've got which of the below is most likely to bother you. Observing that the people around you aren't performing at their highest standard, going on vacation with no itinerary, when you know someone doesn't like you, you've decided you want to paint your living room, you've given a color wheel of 50 paint options and told you need to pick a color in the next 10 minutes. I know several people where this would be completely debilitating. Being told you can only focus on one goal for the next 6 months. Okay. So this is also an interesting sort of personality type question because, they're very situational, and I think understandably it's never going to be the same thing all the time. And so it's important to ask this question in a specific way, which is most likely, not always, not sometimes, most likely to bother you if you were to have this happen to you. I'm going to say this one because, that's just how I am. Now your progress bar moves a little bit. And now which statement best describes you? And now you notice that word best describes you. The thing with personality type assessments that everyone sort of talks about but also often forgets is, in particular with things like Enneagram and Myers-Briggs, is that the personality assessment is it captures a moment in time. And so all of the questions are really intended to say, right now, if you're to look at these questions, how do you answer these questions right now in this moment? And if you were to come back and take this 6 months later, how would you answer that question right now in that moment? And so the word best describes you is really intended to capture that like moment in time, acknowledging that it might be different at another point. So I impose extremely high standards on those around me. I can be punitive, I'm reliable, highly organized, and I love planning. I get frustrated when that other people's opinions and feelings towards me matter. I get frustrated with my indecisiveness. I love the rush of momentum of starting a new project. I'm unstoppable, but I struggle to stay focused. Ooh, interesting. I would say that probably for most of my career, it was this high standards, and then sort of over time, it kind of shifted a little bit as my child taught me to be more empathetic and patient. Progress bar shifts a little bit. Now we know we're more than halfway, right? If you were giving, if someone were giving you praise, they'd be most likely to say. So you notice the words again are very carefully chosen. Most likely, that you're great at being direct and keep razor sharp focus on the goal at hand. That you're great at doing exactly what you say you will do, exactly when you say you'll do it in the exact way you're expected to do it. Wow. That you're great at engendering meaningful connections with others. That you're great at preparing, asking smart questions, and considering alternative scenarios. That you're great at imagining possibilities, getting inspired, and generating ideas. I will say this one. Okay, we're almost there. Which statement best? See that word again, best. Not always, but best describes you right now. I get frustrated by others' inefficiency and lack of focus. I don't care if people like me. I consider it somewhat offensive when people make adjustments to their structure and timeline. I know a lot of people like this. We should be able to make one plan and stick to it. I spend more energy than I want to wondering what people think of me. I know I have a lot more to offer than I'm currently offering in my relationships at work, in my community, but I cannot unleash my full potential until I take care of a few things first. I'm always resisting the urge to do things like purchase domain names for businesses I want to start. I have more ideas than I can ever know what to do with. So if you're a friend, you probably know that I have 100 domain names. It's kind of a personal hobby. I really enjoy it. It's fun. Sometimes to think about like potential future businesses, but also because domain names are fun. Like there was this time when the whale, the orca, was called Sea Panda, and so very immediately I went online and bought seapandas.org. Why? Because it's a great domain name. So anyone ever want to buy that? I have seapanda.org. So best describes me, I would say, Probably the top one. Okay, almost there. I've received feedback along the lines of. Now, this is also very carefully worded. Now, in personality quizzes, this is not the people think that I am always this way. It's that in the past, people have said this about me. Okay, so being intense, not being spontaneous enough, being too much of a people pleaser, not taking enough risks, being disorganized. Probably that first one. Yeah, the interview intimidation. I don't know why. It's most meaningful to me. And now, if you can see the wording on this question, most meaningful. Now, that's a general description, right? When someone follows through on the things they said they were going to do, when I'm able to offer myself and others stability through routine, structure, and predictability, when another person works to understand who I am as a person, when I enter into new opportunities as prepared and as sure of my decisions as possible, that I lead a passionate life where I entertain as many opportunities as possible to create new projects, develop new skills, travel, grow, and continue exploring. So, in general, it's most meaningful that I live a passionate life. All right, let's see what we got. This results page is great for a personality type assessment. And the reason it's great is because I hope we all know by now that we are all not, oversimplified human beings, and we're not always one way all the time. We are nuanced individuals, and, we're going to be some percent like this, some percent like this, and some percent like something else, right? So I've got intense perfectionist, procrastinator perfectionist, messy perfectionist. Yeah, my one time when I took the Myers-Briggs, it was the pressure prompted something. And so the procrastinator in me is definitely there. I see it still there 25 years later, I guess. Some cool things about this results page. Now, you've got the sort of bar chart that tells you visually what those percentage breakdown looks like. You've also got these clicks over here, call to action, to click on and see more details. You've also got your share your results and personality assessments, more sort of entertaining / educational type assessments. These are really great to maintain on your website because you want to make sure that there's every opportunity for that quiz taker to share those results. Also very important for a product type quiz like a book, sort of those book personalities, or if you're using the quiz to promote your book. Now I'm going to go ahead and click on procrastinator perfectionists. I love that these descriptions are like really short. And the reason you want them in this type of quiz to be really short is because you want people to kind of get like a little taste of what that book is going to give you. And you want to spend some time sort of summarizing the description of that procrastinator perfectionist such that the person who reads that says, yeah. And then the very next thing they do is they close this out and they go to buy the book. So let me go back to procrastinator perfectionist. You excel at preparing, can see opportunities from a 360-degree perspective, have good impulse control. Left unchecked, their preparative measures hit a point of diminishing returns, resulting in indecisiveness and action. Could be. Coupled with messy and intense. Okay, so this is a great application of the personality type quiz in order to extract some parts of a book, a 300-page or so book, give the person visiting your website that found out about your book and is like, oh, that might be good for me, that might be interesting, and get a little tidbit or new insight about themselves, causes them to be intrigued and wants to learn more. And so they go back and they click on this buy now button. And where does that buy now go? It goes to Penguin Random House for them to automatically purchase it right now. All right. I'm going to go back to Catherine's website. Thank you for spending a few minutes with me today to look at the perfectionistguide.com. I hope you enjoyed running through this personality style quiz that sort of masks as a personality style quiz, but really is an e-commerce converting strategy that's very well done and employs some really great personality quiz tactics in order to get the quiz taker intrigued and want to buy the book. Hope you all have a great day. If you want to create your own quiz today, you can do so for free at ai.tryinteract.com. Have a great day, y'all. Bye.